Yo, sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, man. Shit was getting crazy. This shit went haywire up in here. Hurricane Nema came through. Nah, he ain't break the shit. He actually fixed it. We don't know what happened, but Nema fixed it. Yo, motherfucking, the main light got fucked up. So we had to get, Nema had to set up a different light. And that took time. I was on time. I was ready, man. But, you know, Nema saved the show. Hey, let's get it started. Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is. When you hear that victory music, that means it's time to victory talk. You know what I'm saying? I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus. Jesus de Gimnasio para mi gente de la Washington Heights de la Dykeman. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not alone. I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm joined by the best producer in the fucking game.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
The best podcast producer in the game. You know what I'm saying? The fucking podcast studio started falling apart right before we went live. And the fucking Nema, man, he came and built this shit. Shout out to him.
Sorry for the delay, guys. Made it happen.
You know what it is. And yo, man, I'm also joined by Minovia. You know what I'm saying? She in the other room. She in the kitchen where she belong with a laptop. She cooking and man in your super chats. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's saying something crazy in the fucking, she's gonna be reading the super chats, and if anybody's saying anything crazy, they getting kicked out this motherfucker immediately. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know, yeah. I think the light fucking up was a matrix attack. It was like my man said. It's who said that? One of them niggas. It was a matrix attack. I believe so. That's what I'm gonna start saying every time anything goes wrong. Anytime I fuck up. No, it was the matrix. You know? Because if I say that, I won't have to take any accountability. Shout out to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to give that to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? That's not me throwing shots at the homies or nothing. Like, that's not me throwing shots at the homies. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I'm just saying I'm going to use it as a way to exonerate myself of all responsibility. Hey, something else cool happened right before I went on. So maybe sometimes last year, Gary V, y'all know Gary V, you know what I'm saying? He owns Vayner Media. And you know, he makes like $100 million a year. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. If probably way more than that. He also made a fucking ton of money off like $1 billion off NFTs or some shit, man. He's balling super hard. He DM'd me and asked me, hey, what's your favorite animal? And I kind of panicked and I said, eagles. And then he sent me some of that shit he's doing. What's it called? The V Friends. He sent me some V Friends animals. Nema nodded his head like, oh, you a big V Friend fan. No, you got some. Tell us about the V Friends, because I didn't know much about it.
It was the NFTs, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. Like if I go to, they got a website.
They got perks and stuff.
Yeah, so he sent me a V Friend card. He sent me one of these cards. He sent me an Eagle card, a V Friend Evil card. Right? Cool. You want me to show you? Yeah, you can show that. Shout out to Gary, the homie Gary. He sent me a V Friend Eagle card. Right? Yo, out of nowhere, in the mail today, what I get a box. I ain't know what's in the box. You could take it off the screen. I ain't know what was in the box. I open up the box. Boom. V Friend Eagle shirt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to and it's a hoodie. Sure, I'm sure. I wonder if the white guys got hoodies too. Anyway, I got the hoodie with an eagle on it. Now here's the thing. I don't know that eagle's my favorite animal. I just kind of panicked and said the first animal I can think of, man. You know, it was almost chipmunks. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the first thing motherfucking beavers, fucking ostrich, motherfucking rhinoceros. It was just eagle, just the first thing I could think of, man. Shit was but now I got some V Friend shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gary. Boom. You know, he's got some shit, you know. And he signed it. That's a real signature. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Vayner. That's Gary Vaynerchuk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not 100% sure what V Friends is. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see me rocking this eagle. You're gonna see me rocking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if we're friends or not. I like to believe we're friends. He's sending me fucking eagle merchandise, right? If so, then I think Gary's my richest friend, right? I used to think maybe it's Tate, but Tate ain't never sent me no motherfucking eagle hoodie. Step your game up, nigga. You know, he got some other shit going on. Yeah, he got to worry about. Okay, maybe it's what's the fucking he white? He not white, but you think he's white, but he's really Brazilian, and he do Section 8 really. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Maybe he's my richest friend, but he ain't never sent me no eagle hoodie. All right. There's levels to friendship. Gary might be my best friend now. All right. Now, full disclosure, like he just asked me, yo, man, what's your motherfucking? Oh, maybe it's Jeremy. Jeremy got a lot of money. Nah. Jeremy did give me some court seat tickets sometimes to the Heat games. But he ain't never sent me no eagle hoodie. All right. He did give me some Travis Scott sneakers. But he only gave me those because he couldn't fit them. This eagle hoodie. That shit was from the heart. Because I told Gary he's my favorite animal. He customized that shit for me. All right. Now, I don't know that eagles is my favorite animal. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what my favorite animal is. I just said the first fucking creature I could think of. This was almost a manatee t-shirt, hoodie. You know what I'm saying? This shit could have been a flamingo hoodie. Like, I'm just saying anything. Motherfucking flamingos, ostrich, motherfucking grasshoppers, porcupines, Care Bears, I don't know, nigga. Eagles, I guess, motherfucker. Now, guess what? Guess what, though? Eagles is because of the power of friendship. Eagles is my favorite animal now. You know what it is. Come on now. Yeah, Moneyberg's my dog. He's like a brother. Moneyberg's like my dog. Moneyberg's like a brother to me. I shoot a bullet for him, or I mean, take a bullet for him. Fucking both. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation calls for. But he ain't never sent me my favorite animal on a hoodie, man. All right. Motherfucking Moneybird probably don't even know what my favorite animal is. What kind of friendship is that? It's like, you know, I don't know if, you know, I could have said favorite animal was motherfucking a fox, a beaver, sexy red, you know what I'm saying? But the eagle was just the first thing that came to my mind. All right, listen, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. All right. Hey, what's your favorite animal? Type it in. Mine is now eagle. It's official now. It's stamped, sealed, delivered, written in stone. What's your favorite animal? Type it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Type it in the chat. They got all types. Yo, and buy you some V friends, nigga. The fuck is wrong? Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You ain't got no V friends? Shit, man. Buy your dumb ass some V friends. They got all types of animals. What's this? A black cat? A purple dinosaur, nigga? That's an elephant. Same shit, man. Same shit. That's just a fucking, you know, an elephant ain't nothing but a dinosaur in the present. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? Or dinosaurs is fucking elephants from the past, nigga. Fuck you mean? All right. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of these. What is this? A motherfucking kitty cats? Get you some V friends, nigga. Type shit. All right. Type your favorite sloth. We got some favorite animals. We got some sloths. You know what I'm saying? Nema, what's your favorite animal, man?
You would laugh, but it's actually eagle.
It's eagle.
Yeah.
No, man, you know what I'm saying? We cut from the same cloth, homie. We cut from the same cloth. I thought you were gonna say animal because camel, and not racist. That's just the only animal I know that's indigenous to the fucking desert.
The only means of transportation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was either gonna be camels or motherfucking lizards or whatever the fuck else live in the sand. Motherfucking sand. I don't even y'all even got snakes out there? Y'all got mammals aside from camels, or is it camels mammals?
I guess so. I think so.
Hey man, whatever. You American now. So that's right. You motherfucker. You know what I mean? He's scared of Trump. So that's why he said eagle, bald eagle. That's my favorite animal, bald eagle. You don't want to get deported. Get you some V friends, nigga. Hey, we got a lot we want to cover today. I want to show you how to get rich this summer. I want to show you how to get abs this summer. A lot of you motherfuckers, Nema, you know a lot of these motherfuckers don't have abs. What kind of gay shit is that? Let's fucking fix that. And you know, so I'm sure you get abs by summer. There's exactly 31 days until summer. I know it feels like summer because the kids is out of school. You know what I'm saying? And but summer, the actual summer solstice starts 31 days from now. I'm gonna show you get a 6-pack for that shit. And I'm gonna show you how to get rich this summer. First, we got to have a word from our motherfucking sponsors. This episode 201 of the Victory Talk podcast is sponsored by Thot Repellent. Thot Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. All right. So here's the thing, man. You see what happened to Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened to Brian Johnson. You know that motherfucking vampire nigga who be like doing all that weird shit with his son's blood so he can live forever. Yeah, he was just on his vampire shit. The next thing you know, his ex-girlfriend said that he used to beat her ass and fuck her up and rape her and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't say that on. Can I say that on YouTube? We about to find out. All right. He found out she was a thot. You know what I'm saying? You see, Diddy was living his best life until. Okay. Not Diddy. That's not a good example, right? But Thot Repellent. This will keep the hoes away from you, right? So only the good women can come, right? And this is a real product. It's coming out. It was developed by Iranian scientists, right? And you spray it on yourself. Good women, they'll be like, man, you smell delicious. What the fuck is that fragrance? And you'll be like, stop repelling, baby. Right. But when the thoughts come around you, right, they're gonna go, they're gonna like be almost like a bug you sprayed it with Ray. It's like, think about it like off, but for thoughts instead of mosquitoes, right? And it's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thoughts, sluts, hoes, slut hoes, skanks, skeezers, stank hoes, Jezebels, scallywags, hood rats, and bitches with purple hair. All right. So make sure all your super chats are going to go towards development of thought repellent because we want this out by summer. And I think we have some goddamn heroes who've already contributed to the thought repellent fund. Let's go. Let's acknowledge these brothers.
We have Nav. I think I saw a video of you saying you squatted every day and you bigger, stronger. Is that true and okay to do when it comes to training?
Hey, listen, what's up, Nav? I don't know if that's advice, but here's the thing. I had read this book. It's on Amazon. It's called Squat Every Day. And they made a compelling argument to do it. And I said, you know what? Everything is hypothetical until you apply it to your own life, right? So I decided, you know what? Let's do it. So me and the homie white boy Brian, we squatted every day for like 90 days or some shit like that. And I think Brian stopped early because his legs were getting too big. Like we both had to buy new pants, like all new pants. And it's like, it has some weird effect now. Like, I don't know, my leg shit is different. If I fucking look at a squat rack, my fucking legs and thighs get bigger to the point where I stopped squatting because my ass was getting too big. I was out here looking like a BBL Latina. You know what I'm saying? I was out here looking like Nicki Minaj. And I ain't like that. I ain't need that much junk in my trunk. My lifestyle does not call for that. I'm just be real with you, you know? So yeah, it worked. I don't know if that's some shit that I don't know if it'll work for you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different, man. Some people die if they eat a peanut, you know? Hey, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. I'm telling you, squat every day. And I kind of took that. That's how I started doing I said, fuck it, now I do full body every day. It's worked out well for me. What else we got? Shout out to you, Nav.
He also says
that
his favorite animal is a dinosaur with 500 teeth. Google it.
The dinosaur with 500 teeth. I'm not going to Google it. I'm probably going to forget you said that. You know what I'm saying? Like within, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. But yo, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of teeth. That's a lot of teeth. That's more than I got. That's more teeth than I got. So, you know, shout out to that dinosaur. And it ain't helping him live, though. Motherfucker got all them teeth and he extinct. How you gonna have 500 teeth and still go extinct, man? Bitch. What else we got, man?
Leo's favorite is a honey badger.
Honey, but you know what a honey badger is, girl? Woman, mujer. You know what a honey badger is?
I do.
Yeah, I don't. All right. I don't even know I have no idea what that shit is. I don't know if it's fucking real. I don't know if it's prehistoric. I don't know if it's an invention or a cartoon. And Nema just pulled it out. Ugh. It looked like a fucking, don't it kind of look like a skunk? It looked like a mean skunk. All right, man. What part of the world are they indigenous to? You know what?
Thinking more of a bear, like a raccoon and bear had a baby.
That's what it looked like. Like a raccoon and bear, like a raccoon mated with a bear. Obviously, the raccoon would have to be the fucking male. You know what I'm saying? Because we probably can't fit a bear dick in a honey badger.
Oh my God! All right.
Yeah, that's not something I'm gonna try.
I'm not even
gonna
thinking
do that.
about that. All right, we got
No?
Rashad.
What's Rashad talking about?
He gave $20 for the abs.
Okay. All right, man. That's what's up.
We're done for now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we learned a lot today, man. This has been a good episode. We could end it right now, but man, I got more shit I want to say. Hey, how about we fucking learn how to get abs this summer? We got 30 days left. There's some habits you need to form in order to make that happen. That's why we got a whole fucking segment called Habits of a Winner. Yo goofy ass don't have abs yet. That's why you clicked on a video about how to get abs. And this is the best video on the internet on the subject. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get a six-pack by summer. At the time I'm filming this video, it's about 31 days until summer. If you're watching this shit in the future, I don't know. I don't know when you're watching. Maybe it's for next summer. I don't know, man. I don't know when you're watching this shit. But you should be able to make this shit happen within 30 days. All right. And I'm going to break it down for you. Right now, here's the thing. You've been training abs wrong your whole goddamn life. You've been doing a bunch of silly, goofy shit, wondering why you don't have abs. We're going to fix all that today. Gone are the days where you waste time bullshitting with your ab development, doing crunches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing fucking dumbass crunches, planks or some shit, thinking it's going to get you abs, right? It can do something, but it's not going to do what you think it's going to do, right? So here's some, before we get into exactly what you need to do to have a six-pack in the next 30 days or by summer, depending on when you're watching this, all right? Shit, you may be watching this way in the future. So 30 days from whenever you're watching it. So it may be like, yo, how to get it by the time you watching it, how to get it by Christmas, right? You know, I don't know, nigga. Let's get it. Common my motherfucking mouth betrayed me. Pause. All right. Common mistakes. What kind of nigga shit is going on in my brain? It's like I just learned English a second ago. Mistakes. That ain't a word in no language. Hey, let's get serious. Common mistakes. Common mistakes you motherfuckers make when you I wanted to say misconceptions, but I wrote mistakes in my notes, and that's why I was saying common mistakes. That was my brain fusing those words together, trying to make sense of my own failure. All right. Common misconceptions people have about training abs include, but are not limited to, they think that training abs will get them a smaller waist. You ever see these big fat motherfuckers doing crunches? You motherfuckers can confidently stop doing that shit indefinitely. Training abs will not get you a smaller waist, and you cannot lose fat in one spot, right? You're gonna have to get to a significantly low body fat in order for your abs to be visible, right? But you cannot you cannot lose fat in one spot unless, of course, you get liposuction. Liposuction works, right? That's why you see like some chick, she might be all fat, right? And she's looking like she got the shape of maybe like SpongeBob or maybe like a 2 liter of Coke, right? But then she go to Dr. Miami and then he sucked the fat out of her, right? maybe put some of that fat in that ass. If she's smart, if she's smart, she get that ass put back in her derriere, right? And she got some, if the bitch got some goddamn sense, some good fat in there, man. Get that. It's good fat, baby. Shove that in your butt. Anyway, right? When they do it now, they go from looking like a 2-liter to looking like a Coke bottle, right? And the beauty of it is, because they remove the fat cells, that bitch get fat again. She won't be as fat there, right? So liposuction, a lot of people are against it. Listen, if I was a fat hoe, I'd get that shit today. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you're not going to go under the knife and have a surgical intervention, right, and you want to lose it through diet and exercise, you cannot spot reduce fat in one spot, right? And also people think that they doing a bunch of fucking ab exercises, crunches, side crunches, and they think they're going to make their waist smaller. It just doesn't work like that. It does help you burn calories, right? And that is effective. We're going to talk about that in momentarily. However, it's not the thing that's going to get you abs, right? Right. If you really, here's the thing. If you really, now make sure you're watching to the end because I'm going to break this whole shit down for you. But what you know, if you really want your abs to pop, right? If you really want abs that look 3D, right? Abs that motherfuckers can see across the street, right? If you want the kind of abs like me, where you can be walking with your shirt up and bitches can see you with your shirt off from across the street and start crying between her legs. That was a YouTube friendly way of saying bitch getting horny looking at your fucking stomach. If that's what you want, and you do, and it is what you want, because it'll present you with a greater number of mating opportunities. You spread your seed.
10 minutes of intro. I love it.
So spread your seed and have a number of offspring, preferably different races, scattered across the country. You can have your own little colony. You're gonna need a 6-pack to do that. And if you want the 6-pack, and if you want that kind of 6-pack, you have to make those ab muscles grow, right? And all that super high rep shit, that ain't what's gonna work. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's the game plan. What you're gonna do is, how do I want to attack this? Right? What you want to do is, you got to see where you're at on the scale from ripped to fat, right? So if you don't see your abs now, right? It's one of two things. Your ab muscles are too small or you have too much body fat. Most of you motherfuckers have way too much body fat. And you probably got some abs underneath all that fat. Even if you're skinny, you probably still got too much fat because a lot of you guys are like skinny fat. You got a real Bart Simpson swag. You got her shaped like Bart Simpson. If you want abs, you got to be shaped. You got to be lean. I'm telling you, you got to be super lean for them to see your abs, right? Now, so here's what we're going to do, asshole. First, you're going to get as ripped as you need to be. First, you want to get as ripped as you need to be. You're going to need to be around 10% body fat or lower for you to really see your abs, right? If you don't know what body fat percentage you are, go to ChatGPT, made by OpenAI, and you upload a picture of yourself. Hold up. What? Upload a picture of yourself. Oh, fuck. What? And say, put in this prompt, upload a picture of yourself. Like, this is what I did. This is me the other day, you know. And I was like, hey, judging from this photograph, estimate my current body fat percentage. What does bitch say? She said between 6.8. Yeah, sounds about right. I'm probably somewhere in that range in this photograph. Because look at me. I look incredible, right? Action hero shit. You know? Like when you play video games, you play a motherfucker who look like this. No one will play a video game that look like you. All right? That'd be the worst game ever. That game wouldn't sell no units, bro. All right, we got to get you in video game character shape. All right, so if the bitch don't, let's get serious. Let's get serious. That V friends really threw me off, man. You know what I'm saying? I got an eagle, man. Eagle hoodie, nigga. Eagle hood. All right, hold up. So first you need to get ripped, right? I really think you should get ripped first, right? Now I'm gonna tell you how to get ripped in a minute, but let's say you are kind of ripped. Let's say the ChatGPT says, oh shit, nigga, you 10% body fat or lower, all right? All right, 10% or lower, right? Cool. 12, 10, 12. Let's say she says you're 12% is probably the cutoff. But somewhere between, let's call it 10, 12% or lower, right? Somewhere in that range, right? Let's say ChatGPT says that's where you're at. Well, that means you got a different problem. That means your abs are too small, right? So real quick, no homo. Look at my abs. Like, you see how thick they are? Pause. Right? Like, no diddy. Look at my abs. Look at my abs glistening on your screen, right? If your girl comes in right now, one or two things are going to happen. Or come in the room while you're looking at this, one or two things are going to happen. She's going to either think you a homosexual or she going to get horny and you'll be able to make love to her while she get mad at me. Either way, either way, you're going to have an interesting afternoon. All right. So if you want those thick abs, those super thick abs, you got to do it. You got to train your abs the same way you would train any other muscle, right? What this means is we got to do lower reps. Fuck all that 500 countries a day shit, all that other shit, right? We got to do low reps because we got to make the muscle bigger, the same way we make any muscle bigger, right? So what we want to do is we want to pick exercises that are difficult to do more than like 12 reps because we want to be in, let's call it somewhere between 6 to 12 reps range, right? You may be thinking, man, I can, and when I say 6 to 12, I mean 12 should be, doing more than 12 should be impossible. Like, you shouldn't be able to do 13 because we got to go to failure, right? So that means we're not doing crunches and sit-ups, nigga, right? What we're doing, leg lifts, maybe seated, maybe weighted leg lifts, right? Maybe you have to add some resistance, right? Dragonflies. You know what a dragonfly is? When they edit this shit, if they don't know.
No,
Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, I'm saying, find videos of me doing it, right? Or my favorite one is the cable crunch. The cable crunch on a rope, right? right? That's my favorite one because then you can modify the resistance, right? This way you can, and those are my 3 favorite ab exercises, like really leg lifts or weighted leg lifts and cable crunch. That's going to be our primary focus, right? And here's the beauty of it is you won't even have to really train the obliques that much. These are the side abs because they'll get enough. Honestly, you don't have to do anything for the obliques. Like I don't really do shit to get these side abs or the serratus muscles up here. It looks like it's my ribs. Nah, nigga, that's muscle on my rib. You know what I'm saying? That's the serratus muscle, bitch. All right. Right. I don't even have to do anything for it. Because when you do these weighted exercises or these high intensity, when you do these weighted ab exercises, right, your side abs and obliques, they're going to get enough attention. So you don't really have to do anything. Right. All right. And we want to pick. So you want to make sure you can only do reps in between 6 or 12. And we want to go to failure. You want to do 3 to 4 sets per workout. And you want to do this 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure you're taking each set till failure. And when I say failure, I don't mean failure the way your dumb ass means failure. Right? When I say failure is when you can't do any more with perfect form. Right? Because sometimes, let's say you're doing bicep curls and people, they'll be like, oh, I got to go to failure. And they'll start doing all this shit. No, as soon as you start cheating, the muscle has failed. That's why you have to cheat, because you have to get other muscles involved. That's how motherfuckers do bicep curl, turn that shit into a full body workout. Motherfuckers got their legs involved. They're doing a little bit of a squat and then a back extension. Motherfuckers, now you just working lower back, nigga. You're doing a lower back workout. So you want to keep your form exquisite. Now, here's the thing when it comes to the fucking crunch, right? Almost everybody does the crunch wrong. I don't have a cable crunch present on me right now. We're not in a gymnasium, right? However, I'm going to pull up a video where I did the shit perfect so you can see it. It's very important because almost everyone does it wrong. All right, so go on YouTube, you can check this on your own. Brandon Carter abs. A lot of shit's gonna come up. You want to go to the fuck. Too much shit. Okay. Rope crunches. There we go. All right, here we go. This is the best. This is the
favorite exercise to build 3D looking abs.
So you want to grab. All right, so I give a pretty much perfect, a perfect demo of this. Check it out.
Grab a mat to protect your knees, right? And we're gonna do rope crunches. When you come down, right? You want to arch your back like you Beyonce and you about to twerk, and then you come down like this.
It's very important. You really have to arch your back. So it's like, I'll explain it in the video. Watch.
Right. So a lot of people do this all the way wrong. I see them doing it, and they bend and they just do this. The problem is they bend from here, right? But that's not your abdominal muscle, right? Those are your hip flexors. You want to bend from here.
Yeah.
And the way you do that is boom, get your Beyonce twerk out on, and then come in.
Yeah.
Bring it together. I like to pick a way.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's very important. So what you want to, all right, so listen. Most of you guys are doing this shit the way you are bending. I think you should put it on. Oh, no, damn. Hold on. Just look at my arm for a second. God damn. I'm that nigga. Yo, my girlfriend, she's watching this. Is that doing something for you? Yeah. It's going to grind. Just imagine this around your motherfucking neck. Anyway, let's get serious. All right. Okay. I think this is dang. Yeah. Okay. Because I want to show them how. So most people, no, you good. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. All right. So most people, when they do this shit, they they bend from here is what I'm saying. So they bend from this area like this. But what you need to do is you need to you need to bend from here. You get what I'm saying? Bend from here instead of not this. You see the difference? We're not doing this shit. We're doing this shit. It's a cable crunch, not a cable sit-up, right? You motherfuckers are doing cable sit-ups like this. You know, you bending from the wrong position. And then if you do that, anyway, let's get serious. All right, let's get serious. That's very important. That's critical. Otherwise, this exercise is a waste of time if you bend from the wrong spot. All right, you guys, I hope you guys understand this. If you bend from the wrong spot, this exercise is basically a waste of time. All right, now, again, we're only doing this if your body fat percentage is somewhere in the 10 or 12 range or lower, right? Because remember, we had to make the muscle bigger. So we had to be in a caloric surplus, right? So you have to bulk. you should be bulking to get. It's weird because people say you have to people start cutting to get a six pack. If you're already ripped, you got to bulk to make your fucking abs thicker, right? So this is what sometimes I'll have even higher body fat. Like I'll go above 10 or 12 and you can still see my abs because I made them so thick. Pause, right? They look like baby fist. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah, it's because they really pop out. And then when I get lean, oh my God. Jesus. Best abs you ever seen. And but the point is you really have to make them pop. Right? But that's why I'm making them, you got to make them big. So you have to be in a caloric surplus at this point, right? You want to be in a caloric surplus and you want to make sure you're getting meaning you're consuming more calories than you're burning, right? You want to get 500 calories more than you consume each day, right? And then you also want to make sure you're getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I know all the science guys on internet, they say, man, the study came out by such and such and such that you only need 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. That's true. I'm not against science. I'm not against science. But you got to remember those studies were done in controlled environments where they knew exactly how much the participants were eating. You and I, we don't live in the motherfucking lab. We ain't drinking out of beakers and shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't drinking out of beakers and test tubes. You know, we don't live in the lab. We live in the real world. And in the real world, the American real world, the FDA allows food labels to be off by 20% in either directions, right? So you get yourself a delicious snack and it says, 10 grams of protein. Man, that's great. That's going to work towards my muscle building goals. Because the FDA allows it to be, because the FDA allows food labels to be off by 20% in either direction, that shit could be 12 grams of protein. That shit could be 8. You don't fucking know. We ain't in the lab, motherfucker. This is real world. This is real life. So we need to account for that. So let's just do one pound. Let's just do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight to make up for that potential 20% that may be lost, because there's no negative ramifications for getting too much protein. There's no negative ramifications for getting too much protein. I mean, fuck, some nerd's gonna say, listen, yeah, maybe if you get fucking 100 grams of protein per pound of body weight, I can see how that may I can see how that may negatively impact something. But shut the fuck up. That's not what I'm telling you to do. All right. Again, this is only if your body fat percentage is low. I like to say, I honestly, I would say 10 or lower, but some of you guys might be able to see your abs at 12, right? But 10 or lower, then you can go on, then you're allowed to go on a bulk, right? Now, how long do you bulk? Until you start getting fat. When you start getting so fat that you can't see what's going on, right? Then you start to bulk. Then you start to cut. Okay, and we're gonna in a minute. I'm gonna tell you how to cut. But let's say you've watched this you've been watching this already, and you already over fucking 12% body fat. All right, then you're gonna start with what I'm about to say now. You're gonna do this shit in reverse order. All right, and we're gonna get to that right after we do the market update. We're gonna take a break from that and talk about the market recap, or is it recap or update? It's recap. But we're gonna update you too. Don't get it fucked up. Let's go. Young Candlestick, yo, what up?
What's up, Brandon?
You know the vibes.
Oh yeah. I'm 24 hours deep in a fast, so we'll see how
you are.
I can produce.
Yeah, come on now.
Let's get into the market. The market is bullish right now. And if we look
super
at
bullish,
it's super bullish. I mean, if we take a look at this from the lows, market is up 23.4%. And we've just gone sideways the past few days. On Friday, after the market closed, Moody's actually downgraded the credit rating of the US, basically saying the US is a little bit riskier now. You're going to get a higher interest rate, but just know that it carries a little bit more risk. The credit of the United States is still very, very good. And when we look at the market, it really just hasn't done anything. Even in the past, when Moody's downgrades the credit rating, the market actually tends to drop 7 to 10%. And we didn't get that. Yeah, we did not get that. We got a gap down and just a rally all day yesterday. Today, just a chop fest in the morning, a little sell-off, and then a recovery. So the market, it's really just holding up. And this is actually bullish longer term because I'm going to show some other markets. So when we look at the fear and greed index, if this starts getting into extreme greed, that can be a sign, maybe it's time to take a little bit of profits. Maybe it's time to add a little bit of short trades into the market. But for now, the trend is still up. Okay. When we look at other markets, our leading market indicators, IWM had relative strength today. That's bullish for the market, even though it's a shitty chart. But it's still, it's holding up. It's kind of like building some pressure to the upside.
IWM is important because that's where most of the stocks in the stock market are, right? The Russell 2000, right? There's only 500 stocks in the S&P 500, right? And it's 2,000. Wait a minute. They just added Coinbase. Did that mean did they kick someone out?
Yeah, I would have to double check who they kicked out. I think it was Visa or MasterCard or Discover. One of those.
Pussies.
I know, right? That's actually a big
Fuck out of here, man.
It's a big beauty of investing in the S&P 500 because the shitty companies get kicked out and the best companies rise towards the top. So that's why it's a great investing vehicle for the long term because you don't have to stock pick. You're just going to get the best ones. The worst ones get kicked out. It's a beauty. So, and that reminds me, when we're looking at Coinbase on Thursday, it kind of had an evening star reversal formation. And I was wrong to give a neutral/bearish reading on crypto because the next day, literally we had a bullish kicking pattern. So that negates the bearish pattern. And we can take a look.
Because I remember I was kind of skeptical about that, but you know.
Well, what I said was it is a high base, and it still is a high base. And I said I'd be bullish above 105,000. Guess what? I set an alert there, bought micro Bitcoin futures, made $300.
Hey, come on now.
Bitcoin still looks bullish. It's breaking out right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw all-time highs sometime later this week. Okay, so IBIT calls for the short term are in play. Just understand the risk that comes with that. But there could be a big squeeze. Whenever a stock or an asset class makes all-time highs, it tends to just fist right through there and continue to squeeze higher. A good example of that is Uber. Uber really broke out over this 86 level. We talked about that. Uber rallies 7%, really just barely any pullbacks. So that's kind of a setup. That's a trade idea for Bitcoin. If you want to trade futures on it, I like to trade /MBT. With a wide stop, wide take profit. Maybe you can buy MBT futures. And again, none of this is financial advice, not an offer to buy or sell any security, but you can buy MBT futures, put your stop at 106.37 and see if you can't get all-time highs. Something to think about. Yeah. If we look at other markets as well, the semiconductors are still holding up. So the market's bullish. It's just overbought. So it's one of those
Yeah.
things where if you get like a pullback to like SPY 564, that could be a decent location where you could find a bounce. Okay. In terms of other markets, we talked about EWG last time. I said I love this bullish setup. I bought some EWG.
EWG, come on now. That's a Japan, right?
No, that's Germany.
It's Germany. Yeah, that's right. Because I remember I was tripping. I was like, yo, man, Germany, man. You want to watch. You always got to keep your eye on Germany, man, because their reputation precedes themselves. You think that's the Kanye bounce? You think you think Kanye's been really endorsing them lately? You know what I'm saying? You think they got to bounce off that?
That can definitely.
It coincides with the rally. It coincides with the rally. I don't know.
Celebrity endorsements tend to increase buying pressure.
Oh, if we. No, so go ahead. When did Elon give the former German salute? You know what I'm saying? Let's look at that.
I wonder if it was kind of. It was probably back over here around like.
It was over there, yeah.
Most markets are correlated, but it's up since then.
I think there's a correlation between Germany's market, Kanye West's strong endorsement, and Elon Musk's endorsement. You know what I'm saying? Whether he meant to or not. I know he got a little bit of tism, so he might.
I just got that joke now. It just kind of.
You just got it.
That was a good one.
Listen, I've said shit. Listen, here's the thing, Greg. Yeah. I've said so much hilarious shit to you over the years that's going to happen all the time. You'll be like, oh shit, Brandon said that. You'll be in a nursing home and you'll remember shit I said fucking months ago. You'll be like, oh, that's what he meant. I say some shit. I don't even expect people to laugh right now. It won't be funny till later.
Exactly.
It's like there's layers to this shit. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Let's talk about the market.
If I ever die, I want to die of laughter from Brandon Carter hidden jokes.
Hey, be careful what you wish for, man. Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
I accept
Hey, let's get back to the charts.
Either way, I'm bullish on Germany. If you miss this breakout, you can always just look for a retest. I'd like to see Germany get up to this 44 level. Okay, longer term. So I added that to the Roth IRA. Another one I gave was UNH. I said, hey, keep an eye out on UNH. The fair value is $520 a share. We brought this up when UNH was down at this like 270 level. Since then, UNH has gone up 20%.
Come on now.
That's an easy dip buy. It's scary to buy a stock that's falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
You get signs of a bottom. You get a little bullish pin bar. You get a volume spike. And you're just bound to get some sort of bounce. Now, from here, I'd probably still be neutral / bullish, but the trade is over. So that's UNH. If that gets super oversold again, then it could reload for a long, maybe something like 220 to 200. Okay, so that's UNH. I've been talking about silver coming into relative strength. I like silver better than gold. We're finally starting to see that now. Silver is now outperforming gold as of recent. Look for silver to potentially break out. I'm long on silver personally. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to be loading up on like leap call options, especially if we can start to confirm the breakout. We have a little breakout of this little downtrend, a breakout on volume. Let's see if
you've been pumping this silver shit for mad long.
It's a thick market, so I can't manipulate it. Not that I would anyway. But
no. Listen, you say with so much conviction. I'm ready to fuck with silver too, homie. I'm ready to get in.
For Victory Trades members, I'm going to alert when I add more size to silver. Okay. I'll send out that alert to you guys. I also talked about XLU, the utility sector. Since everybody's using ChatGPT, we need more power. Like we need more data centers. We need more power. That can be seen in the XLU chart. And I wouldn't be surprised if XLU started to break all-time highs even later this week. We are right at that resistance, but you get a 3% dividend to hold on to XLU, and you can get price appreciation. So on a risk-adjusted basis, it's also a defensive sector. So if the market pulls back, XLU will drop less than the overall market. So that's another thing to consider. Long-term, I'm bullish on XLV, and I think this is a value area. Right now, it's a little bit overbought short-term on declining volume. So don't buy right now. Not that I'd even tell you what to do anyways, but what's up?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
you still talking about XL left though. I think it's like at all-time highs right now, man.
Yeah, let's check it out. It's close. It's right in front of that. It's
You know what
definitely
I'm
stronger than
saying?
the S&P. Definitely
Come on,
stronger than the
man.
S&P.
Don't that look strong?
It does. It's just the entry is really, really tricky up here.
Yeah.
Do you buy up here and then take profits at all-time highs, or can you wait for a pullback and then buy it and then you get all-time highs? I like some of the other sectors better than XLF, but it's totally good. I like Goldman Sachs within XLF. Even Robinhood is kind of like a form of XLF. It's kind of like a form of banking. Robinhood's about to hit not all-time highs.
Yo, I did some sports betting on Robinhood, man. Like I bet I bet on the fucking I just wanted to see how it worked. I'm not a sports bettor, but I just wanted to see how it worked if on the fucking what's that shit? The
like Calorie or something.
Yeah, it was like that, but it was on Robinhood. So I bet the Warriors to win their first round, and they did it. You know what I'm saying?
They did? Hey,
yeah, got a little paper.
When it comes to like investing or putting your money into anything, just ask yourself, do I have an edge? Do I have an unfair advantage? What do I know more that the market doesn't know? And that's where you can really generate returns. The same goes for business, real estate. If you're an expert in that area, you're going to probably have an edge over other market participants. You can see if there's a fair value, the fair value of the trade. So like if you see, hey, this team's more likely to win, and the payout is better, you have a high probability trade. We do the same in the financial markets. Maybe you've done more research than somebody else on another company. You know a bit more. That builds out an edge. So just always think about what's the edge versus random gambling, like going to a slot machine. There's not really like an edge with that. It's really just all random.
Yeah.
But
no, for sure.
You can build up that edge with skill. That's kind of the main takeaway that I want to give.
Bet. Yo, what about Microsoft? Tell me about Microsoft.
MSFT. Runaway freight train.
Yeah.
I mean, that's close to all-time highs now.
Yeah, man. Remember, we were talking about how much we liked Microsoft, even when it was dipping. We kept talking about it.
This area was scary as shit to buy in.
Yeah.
You know, because like there's no sign of a trend reversal. But sometimes if you wait for full confirmation, a lot of your margin of profit is taken away. And obviously the earnings was a big catalyst, the latest earnings report. I don't know why even this earnings report, Microsoft dropped so badly. I think they overdid it because they had a beat on earnings and Microsoft got shat on. Then it has another earnings and then we have a breakaway gap.
Because it was close to all-time highs on the first earnings. And then this one, it was like it had dropped a lot. So I just think it's just kind of just made up for that.
Yeah, I think what happened was the overall market was just kind of bearish in January and February. And so this is systematic risk. Where just the overall market's dropping. Yeah.
That's the thing about trading over earnings, man. It's like it can beat earnings and the price can still drop. All right, yo, what's going on with Google, bro?
Going on with Google? Google's wild. So Google's getting into the quantum space. I really like it longer term. Short term,
I love the stock.
It's just been weak short term. I think if you're just willing to sit on the shares for a long period of time, there's a very good chance you're going to end up profitable. You know, Google's fair value is $240 a share. So there's almost 50% upside.
Yo, Google is dope, man. Like it's a dope company, man. And they got a lot of shit, like literally some of the smartest humans perhaps to ever live work for Google, you know?
Seriously. And the CEO's a genius. Dude's an absolute genius.
Yeah, man, the whole shit, man. Like, you know, and they the only one of these AIs. They got a black voice
finally
on their fucking man. You can pick a black voice. Check it out. Yeah. Say hi to my homie Young Candlestick.
Hey, Young Candlestick, what's up?
Right? Don't it sound like a black girl who went to college? You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like that to be my secretary.
Ain't nobody else got that. All right.
Competitive edge.
That's probably why the stock went down. This bitch fucking up the credit. You know what I'm saying? This bitch and all baby daddies is fucking up the credit score. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Google investors are racist.
I got all my AIs got a different voice. Like this chick, I got on Gemini, I got the black chick who went to college, right? Yep. On ChatGPT, I got a cheerful white lady.
Oh,
right.
perfect.
And in Meta AI, when I talk to it on my fucking Ray-Bans, I got a British bitch.
Oh,
you know
really?
what I'm saying?
Okay.
It sound like she don't
Going
smile.
British?
You get a British bitch who sound like she don't smile. Like she sound like a mean British nanny.
But she's giving you that info right
Yeah,
there.
none of my AIs are fucking men though, man. That's gay as hell.
I know. Yeah, I've never understood that.
Yo.
Even like when you're doing GPS.
Nema's not gay. Nema's not gay. I didn't mean to say that. He's a heterosexual. He got a beautiful girlfriend. I met her, man. She's a great person, man, and a good human and a good American, right? But Nema got Siri as a man.
That's okay.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I got flaws.
Nobody's perfect.
I got flaws. I don't do everything right. You know what I'm saying? I was late. Like I was late today. I was late today. You live in Minnesota. Nema got Siri as a man. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Google I'd leave as a dollar cost average. Okay.
Yeah.
So just moving forward, what's next? I'm long the stock BSX, Boston Scientific. I think that this setup is still in play. We've got this kind of like inverted head and shoulders where you got a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You got the neckline, and this can break out decently well. It's right in front of all-time highs. So this is a buy setup for me. That's not financial advice. I'm going to add to this trade over all-time highs and then take profits into all-time highs on BSX. Okay. Defense names are still really in rotation. This is ITA, Aerospace and Defense ETF. You know, you can take a look at some individual stocks that might be performing.
Man, I owned a bunch of that a long time ago and I sold it.
Oh, that's okay. We can always get in on it.
Always get back in.
Yeah, you can always get back in. RTX, I'd look for new highs, daily highs, and then also LMT, Lockheed Martin. This chart isn't very good, but maybe it can get a little bit more upside in the future. Okay.
That's yeah, I know Lockheed. Lockheed. All right. Does Greg have any super chats?
Yeah, any stock questions that we got here?
All right, listen, guys, if you guys want to learn more about this, all right, join our free Discord. It's called the Victory Unit Discord. Link in the description. I got a bunch of free courses in there. Some getting money, getting ripped. You know, it's cool. Also, Greg's giving free stock tips in there. Now, if you want to trade with Greg and I, right, then go on to Discord, hit up Greg, Young Candlestick, say, yo, Young Candlestick, I want to join the victory. I want to join the victory trades. Once you join victory trades, you're going to get all of Greg's trading courses, but more importantly, you're going to get Greg's trade straight to your phone every day.
Yep.
Right. And you can trade with us in the morning. So every morning we trade together at the market open. We come on a few minutes before market open, like 15 minutes before the market open, and then we stay on for like about an hour-ish.
Yeah,
you know,
on average, it's an hour. Sometimes I'll go 2 hours. If we're super busy, maybe it's only like 50 minutes. But
Greg trades everything. He's talking about the market, answering questions, you know, live, and he shared the screen. He's trading, and I'm trading too. I only trade futures during the market open. Let me just. I trade NQ futures. Let me show. Can you share my screen? So this is today, man. This is my win today. So what we're doing is, I have funded accounts, right? 20 funded accounts, and I'm trading them all at once, right? With a software that can trade, that can copy my trades. So I trade on one account and it trades all of them. And I've been putting up these numbers like every day.
Every day.
And I call them out.
You're so consistent.
I call them out. I tell you when I'm trading. So, and Greg, we teach people how to get funded accounts.
Yep.
So like, I'm not even trading with my money, but I get the fucking profit, you know?
I'm super excited. There's some payouts coming in the next few days. And
there's some payouts on the way. You got some payouts coming? I got some payouts coming.
Yep. It's it's like a video.
And so that's another thing. You if you join Victory Trades, you can learn how to get funded for futures trading. Right, we'll show you how to do it, and we'll help you get funded. Yeah, right. We get, because you'll be trading with us. Like, I've been trading futures for like 5 years. Right, how long you been trading futures, Greg?
Probably about 4 years. 4 years of trading futures. I've been trading and investing for 9 years total, though.
Yeah. So he's been trading, and this all he does. I've been doing other shit, right? But we've been like, how many victory traders have we gotten funded so far? Like a lot,
that's
right?
a good question. I want to say it's
we
about
got a lot of
15. We got about 70 members.
Yeah. So we show people how to help them get traded, funded accounts so they can day trade without their own money, right? And then you can keep like 90% of the profit, right? It's 90%.
You actually get to keep 100% of the first 50 grand that you make.
Oh, that's
then
right.
It's 90-10. So it's perfect. Like,
but you got to pass the evaluation phase, right? And that's what we help you. If you trade with us, you'll pass the evaluation phase.
Exactly. So I have a whole blown futures course that teaches you the setup, the strategies, and just like basic stuff. And then you can watch Brandon and I trade live. We've got 2 different styles. Brandon's more of a mean reversion trader, and sometimes I'm more of a trend trader. I'm going to try and hold the trade a little bit longer, but I also scalp too.
You like breakouts?
Yeah, I like breakouts because you get paid right away when you're right, and if you're wrong, if you're quick at managing your risk, you just take a small little paper cut. And so if you're good at video games and you have good reaction times, you'll be a really good futures trader.
Yeah. And I fucking got the hotkeys on my fucking mouse and my stream deck, so it's like really like I'm like a joystick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway, listen, if any of that sounds fun to you, learning how to trade and trading with us every morning, if any of that sounds fun to you, hit up Greg. Say you want to join Victory Trades. He'll point you in the right direction.
Check it out.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. Greg, I'll let you. Peace. I think we got some super chats. Let's get it. What we got? Mira. Dime, mujer. Mira.
I gotta add myself, remove the victory.
I see.
Yes, there's a bunch of pushing. Anywho, we have Bullish Iron. Mm-hmm. He says he just Googled dinosaur with 500 teeth. That's my new favorite dino. Google it, B.
I'm not. I don't take orders from y'all. All right. Y'all gonna stop telling me what to do.
We have $10. I need that repellent ASAP.
Yeah, you do. We got Thots out here, sluts, hoes, skanks, and a fucking dinosaur with 500 teeth. Yeah, you need that repellent. It's crazy out here. What else we got?
We have Kevin. Been working 80 hours a week now.
Hold on. I can't see. It's Ken. It can't. I knew he was black. They ain't making white Kenwins. What's my brother talking about?
Been working 80 hours a week now for 7 months. Thanks for all the free game, my brother.
Let's go.
My biggest struggle is stress. Any thoughts?
You gotta start meditating, homie. Meditating. That's how you deal with stress. You have no idea. Like, think about the stress you got, right? Now imagine you got 30 employees whose their whole livelihood depends on you. All the decisions, every decision, everything you do can negatively affect these people and their families, right? Then you got a bunch of customers and you only make money if you make a certain amount. It's like, imagine like real stress, like whatever you're dealing with, if you become successful, it's going to multiply. Like the more successful you are, the more stressful things are. What helps me is I meditate. So I have videos on meditation. I meditate twice a day, 2 15-minute sessions twice a day. I've been doing that for over a decade. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. But it's cool. Like stress, the cliche, stress, a piece of coal or some shit, right? Nema, how you make coal? They don't make coal where you from. I mean, how you make diamonds? They don't make diamonds. Diamonds don't come from where you from.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, the diamonds don't come.
That's as far as I know.
Anyway, what do y'all make? You know what I'm saying? when the pressure goes on the coal, it makes diamonds, right? So it's like, that pressure is going to refine you into a diamond, or it's just going to crush you into dust. You got to decide which one it is. But the more you can if you learn to deal with the stress, then you'll shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. You know what I'm saying?
We have Lewis. What's your all-time favorite book?
Oh, man. You must be new here. That's fine. Well, welcome. Welcome to Victory Talk. You know what I'm saying? My all-time favorite book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. All right. It's my all-time favorite book. I think it should be required reading for high school students. It's fantastic. It's if you were to read one book that I feel like would help you in your life, it'd be that. You know what I'm saying? Like How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it sounds like it's funny because sometimes people read it and it sounds kind of basic. If you're a smart person, it sounds basic. If you're a dummy, then you're like, yo, I never thought about it like that. But it sounds basic, but that doesn't mean people do it, right? You know, the stuff in the book, especially, yeah, I mean, it's the best. If you want to get good with girls, it's best for that. If you want to get good at sales, it's the best book for that. If you actually want to make friends, it's best for that. If you want to learn a network, it's best for that. Like if you could master the concepts in that book, you'll have better relationships with your family, friends, the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you into. You know what I'm saying? There might be some homosexuals watching this, you know? I'm sorry about your King Diddy. I'm sorry what happened. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are mourning the fall of your king, right? But it's all good, you know? There might be 2 or 3 homos watching this. I mean that in a respectful way. I ain't mean to say, can you say homos? We about to find out. I ain't mean in no disrespectful way. Who you have sex with is none of my business. Anyway, no matter what I'm trying to say, it's a good fucking book. No matter who you like to have sex with, you know? What else we got?
We have Samar Jot.
Samar Jot. Is that one of y'all? No? All right. Where do you think he's from, man? What nationality do you think Samar Jot is from? That's Indian, huh? It's adjacent to you, right? It's close. Can you like throw a rock from Iran to A? Is it like all right, let's get focused. All right. Let's read. Yeah, let's read my Indian friend.
This was for Greg, but I'm still gonna read it because he paid.
Yeah.
Yo, Young Candlestick, your NVDA call made me a 42% return in about a month. Solid advice. Appreciate it.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Oh, I see the chat. He says he's a hygienic Indian guy. Yo, man, how come none of y'all are in New York? Nah, I'm fucking with you, man. I love Indian people, man. I grew up, my homie Mahinder back in the day, man. Mahinder had an arranged marriage, man. They stayed married, had a bunch of kids. It was lit, man. Mahinder was that nigga. Like Mahinder was the fucking man, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We have Raja with just
another one. Well, yo, man, do I got a fucking strong Indian demographic in this bitch? We gonna start bumping that fucking rapper Human. You know that fucking rapper, nigga? This is an Indian rapper, man. That nigga can rap. He can rap well.
We have Aaron. I'm 6'3", 295 pounds at 30% body fat per DEXA scan, with 210 pounds lean mass, cutting to 240 pounds at 12%. How can I reduce loose skin during the process?
Yo, I didn't listen to any of that. I was thinking about like Indian shit. I was thinking about Indian rappers, and I started thinking about the Indian food I used to eat back when I ate carbs, and I started thinking about what the fuck is curry made of, and like, yo, I lost it. Can you read that again, Mia Moore?
Aaron is 6'3", 295 pounds currently at 30% body fat. 30, all right. With 210 pounds lean mass. He wants to cut down to 240 pounds at 12%. How can he reduce loose skin during the process? Yo, what up, Aaron? Listen, man. Unfortunately, I don't know of any real way to do that. I don't know any way that's been established to do it. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, it's almost everybody I know who's lost a significant amount of fat, like a significant amount, they got some loose skin left. Like some obese, I know some people who are obese and they used to be obese, right? And you're not, most people who are around the 300-pound mark, when they lose body fat, they lose body fat, they have a little bit of skin left.
And the only way I know to do it is with surgery, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way I know. Is it seems like it's just gonna happen. You got to do surgery. However, I don't know if this is true, but hold on. Let me look at this for you. All right, so hold on, because I saw this once. Okay, why David Goggins doesn't have loose skin? Yeah, we can watch it.
People always say, how come you don't have any like loose skin? My workout routine in the gym became sick. It became sick. I was just doing 200-300 reps, 400 reps on like chest, just like for one simple exercise, the bench press. And I rack it, get back on it, just rep it out, trying to burn as many calories as I can, build that muscle mass. People always say,
Yeah, I don't know if that's like real. I'm not saying David is lying, right? Shout out to David. I never said nothing bad about David Goggins. He used to kill people and shit, you know. But even if what he's saying is true, I don't know if that's an effective strategy. I don't know if that's something that works. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying it didn't work for him, but I don't know if that will work for everyone, right? Because he used to be super fat, right? He used to be like 300 something pounds and shit, right? And that's what he said he did. It's a sample size of one. So you could try some of that shit, but everybody I've seen lose that much fucking weight had to get a surgery after. Everyone. I never seen it no other way. But maybe it's that. Maybe that should help. I don't know. It's fucking third party shit, you know. All right. What else? Is that it? Oh,
We have Max. With the money you make with futures, you get to keep 90%. How often do you pay yourself?
you can get payouts twice a month with you can get payouts twice a month with the company we use, Apex, and we help people get you got to pay for the evaluation account, and then if you pass the evaluation, then you get a funded account, and we got like some discounts to help people, get evaluation accounts for cheap, and then we help them get pass them too, because you got to hit a certain profit threshold, and then you can start trading with real money. Yeah. All right, that's it. That was the last one. Man, I really got to urinate, but I can hold it for 15 minutes. I'm not a baby. I'm not a fucking baby. A baby would piss on itself. I'm a man. All right, let's get back into how to lose fat. All right, if you're just joining us, I was talking about how to get a fucking six-pack by summer, right? Because we got 30 days till summer. All right. Now, I talked about first you want to get, if you're already lean, you got to build actual size on them abs, like build ab muscles. And so meaning you really need to be bulking, or most people will tell you to cut to get a six-pack. If you're already lean, if you're already lean, you want to bulk, right? If you're not lean, then we're going to do this in reverse. You're going to cut first, right? So a lot of times, so again, to recap what I said earlier, high rep ab exercises do not burn fat specifically on your stomach. People always say to me, man, how do I get rid of belly fat? How do I get fat on my stomach? Nigga, the same way you get rid of fat everywhere, right? You're going to lose all the fat cells on your body simultaneously. They're all going to shrink at the same rate. All right. The thing is, men specifically, we have more fat cells in our stomach. We carry more fat cells in our stomach. Where women, they carry more fat cells on their hips, that ass, and what's the scientific word for it? Them titties. All right. Some good fat on them titties. All right. That's the way. Hey, that's not my, I ain't make it like that. That's God. Jesus, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, right? So men in particular, we gonna have more fat on our abs. And men, we carry more fat in our abdominal region. And this side note, this is why a lot of chicks, when they say, "Oh, I just want to lose fat on my belly, but I don't want my butt or my breast to get smaller." And I'm like, bitch, that's what's gonna get smaller first, because that's where you got the most fat cells, right? That's where you're gonna have the most fat cells, right? So you're gonna get lean. All right, so that's where you got the most fat cells. Your titties ain't as big as you think. That ass ain't as big as you think. You got a little bit of fat on that ass, right? So you got two options, bitch. You can you can stay fat, get you a black boyfriend. Start fucking niggas named Jamal. Start fucking motherfuckers named Jamal, DeMarcus, Trey. They don't make white trays, do they? Not yet. They ain't stole it from us. The way my mama stole Brandon from them. Or you're gonna have to deal with them titties and that ass shrinking a little bit. But there's almost no women watching this, so we can confidently ignore them. All right. But judging from my YouTube demographics, there are almost no women watching this, so we can confidently ignore them. Back to the guys. No Diddy. Let's focus on the guys. No Diddy. We have more fat cells on our stomach area, right? So people think they do a bunch of fucking crunches and shit, and they're gonna burn it off, right? And it will help you burn calories, but it won't help you burn fat in that one spot. You'll burn calories, presume, all over your body. And the only way to burn fat that I'm aware of is to burn more calories than you consume. That's the only way to do it. You have to burn more calories than you consume. I mean, you have to be in a caloric deficit. And this is why you'll see a lot of people say, abs are made in the kitchen. I kind of fucking hate when people say that, because you have to burn more calories than you consume. Meaning you got to eat less, dummy. So unless you doing cable crunches and leg lifts next to your stove and microwave, your abs ain't getting made in the kitchen. Abs come from doing ab exercises, right? You burn body fat from being in the kitchen less. The kitchen ain't got nothing to do with it, bitch. Stop saying that. You sound stupid. Anyway, I know what you mean, though. I didn't mean to turn up on you. I'm sorry. Let's get focused. Y'all just hear that? It sounds like somebody got shot in the other room. But it was really a Dominican sneeze. That's how you ever heard a Dominican sneeze, Nema? Is it first time? Your first time, right? Your first time. You see, I sounded a little extra sassy. Someone says he missed Greg Pitt. Yeah, man, y'all miss him too, man. He was a G. Greg Pitt, man. There's a joke I used to tell, but it's in poor taste. But it's like, no, I gotta say it. No, I don't gotta say it because it's gonna be in poor taste. Greg Pitt was the man. All right. The joke is so funny though. I'll tell you after. All right, let's get back to let's get serious. All right. What's the last thing I was? Oh, all right. So first we got to get ourselves in a caloric deficit. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's the game plan to burn fat. every pound of, remember, you're going to go to ChatGPT. Remember, you already put your fucking, you already put your picture in here. You said, hey, estimate my body fat percentage, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. Then you tell, then you tell her this. You tell her your weight. You're saying, I am 200 pounds. How many pounds of fat do I need to burn to be at? And you're going to put your goal body weight percentage. It's going to be a little weird because my body fat percentage is so fucking low, right? But I'm going to say, let's just say for shits and giggles, let's say 4%. Right, you guys might have to put 10%, 11% or something like that, right? It's gonna start doing math for you. Like you could do the math yourself, but you got Skynet right here. You might as well let them do it, you know. And she's gonna do a bunch of shit, blah 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 blah. Going from 7 to 4% body fat, you lose 6 pounds of fat. All right, now that's just math, right? So let's say I need to lose 6 pounds of fat, right? So check this out. For every pound of fat you want to burn, for every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories, right? Check this out. We got, let's say I wanted to lose a pound of fat a week. All I got to do is be in a caloric deficit, meaning all I got to do is burn 500 calories more than I consume each day for a week. If I do that for a week, 7 days, that'll equal 3,500 calories. I'll burn 1 pound of fat per week. If I want to double that, I need to be in 1,000 calorie deficit each day. Right. So here's the game plan. Right. If I'm in 1,000 calorie deficit each day for a week, I will burn 2 pounds of fat. That's 7,000 calories. Right. So here's the game plan. All right. What we're going to do is you're going to get yourself some sort of fitness tracker. I use the Oura Ring. I just got the Oura Ring Gen 4. All right. It's cool. All right. To track my calories. The app, you could get a Whoop. I know a lot of people use the Whoop, right? However, it's just kind of dorky to me. You know, sometimes I'm wearing suits. Sometimes I'm wearing some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? You see a nigga covered in Gucci and Louis Vuitton with a goddamn nylon strap on his wrist. It kind of fucks up the attire, the vibe I'm going for, right? You know what I'm saying? So I stopped wearing the Whoop for that reason. And this blends in my into my attire. But you can wear the Whoop, right? It'll track your calories. You can get yourself a Fitbit. That works. A Fitbit. You can get yourself an Apple Watch, dude. If you already wear the Apple Watch already tracks how many calories you burn each day, right? So you can wear Apple Watch. You could get a Samsung watch if you've taken a vow of celibacy. Then the Samsung watch is the best device for you. I don't know of any human. I don't know of any guy who's had sex with a human woman wearing a Samsung watch. I don't think it's happened. None of y'all ever seen it. If my girlfriend came here and told me that her ex-boyfriend had a Samsung watch, I'd kick her out the house for having bad taste. Unless, of course, if the good people at Samsung are watching and they want to give me some money to endorse it. Who's that? No, I'm just listening. Oh. If the people of Samsung want to give me some money to endorse it, then it's a fantastic watch. Probably the best motherfucking watch. Probably the motherfucking. If they give me enough money, For enough money, it's the best watch anyone has ever worn. Anyway, I digress. Get yourself some sort of fitness tracker. All right. Get yourself some sort of motherfucking fitness tracker. All right. And start tracking how many calories you burn each day. All right. And then I have a free habit tracker. It's called the Victory Vision Planner. Right. But this is this, and that you can download in the link in the description here. But we're going to use this version right here. You just track how many calories you burn each day. So let's say you're going hard. Let's say I'm burning 3,000 calories. I'm sorry, 3,000 calories a day. Use simple math. All right, 3,000 calories a day. Cool. Which is fucking light, easy, right? You know, and then boom. Let's say now, then you're going to start tracking how many calories you consume each day. All right. So I track how many calories I consume with MyFitnessPal. All right. And I keep a scale with me everywhere I go. So I'm at restaurants weighing my food. Some people think it's weird. People think it's weird to do, but when people see me doing it, don't nobody talk shit to me. People are usually impressed by it or whatever. But I don't give a fuck what another person thinks about me. Right. You know, I'm a G. I'll fuck you up. Like I will really fuck you up. Pistol whip niggas and shit, right? So I'm not really thinking about, oh man, they're gonna look at me weird because I put my scale out. Yo, they can suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my dick on your motherfucking wife's menu right now, bitch. Let's get serious. I'm whipping out the scale at restaurants. I'm weighing my food, no big deal, and I'm tracking everything I eat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tracking how many calories I consume each day. Like, I mean, my girl laughed at me because I made a salad and I fucking weighed the salad dressing. She got calories, man. Anyway, track how many calories you consume each day and just make sure you're burning 500 calories more than you consume each day. Right. So let's say 1,000. Let's say we want to use 2 pounds of fat per week. Right. Sorry. If we want to lose 2 pounds of fat per week, then we have to be in 1,000 calorie deficit. So boom. And you can just see, man. You can just see it. It's just as you want to track this shit every day. The key is to track this shit every day. Because if you once you start tracking it in like a spreadsheet like this, you can see where you're at. You can see where you're at. You can see yourself making progress towards your goal. You know what I'm saying? And let me just show you something. I just want to give you some data on something real quick. It's so when people track their progress, let me hold on. Let me show this shit. Okay, so here's a study that was published by the American Physiology. There's a study that showed that people were 76% more likely to achieve their goals than those who didn't if they tracked their progress. Right? Frequently monitoring progress towards goals increases chance of success. And then here's the whole study, the American Psychological Association. I don't have to tell y'all about the American Psychological Association. I know that you guys keep up with their work continuously, right? But some of them didn't know, right? And there's a whole study on it, right? And there's another study. I bring this study up all the time. If you saw it before, why you still fat? Maybe you should shut the fuck up, you know? I'm not gonna bring it up. You can use it in post, right? There's another study by Duke University, and all they had people do was track their diet. All they had with MyFitnessPal, they had them do with MyFitnessPal, and these people lost 5 pounds of fat over the course of 3 months. But they had no diet. They just said, just track your calories, track what you eat instead of putting anything in your mouth like a whore, the way you've been doing your whole life, right? And these motherfuckers lost 5 pounds These motherfuckers lost 5 pounds in 3 months. Now, 5 pounds in 3 months, that's not a big deal. But you got to remember, they had no plan, right? We got a game plan now, right? We got a game plan, right? But you want to start tracking it. You want to start tracking. I'm telling you, tracking is very important, right? So I got you a habit tracker. It's free. It's called the Victory Vision Planner, right? So you open it. There's a video on how to use it. There's, if you want to get, you skip all that, right? Just go here to the success tracker, boom. And this dummy data in here, right? But you can start track all shit. You can track how much you work on your goals, track your income per day, hours of sleep. You can track way more than just your calories because you want to track your protein more. But it does this part right here is the same thing I just showed you. It does your caloric deficit. And then what's cool is it has a chart. And then this chart automatically populates by your weight. So you can actually watch your weight go, right, in real time. Right. So let me show you. Like if I change, let's just say I change to, oh, I can't. Can I change it here? If I change it to 60, right, you can see it change, right? Because this whole thing is dynamic. So this chart is actually dynamic. All right. Anyway, and so is that you can start tracking the income too on this too, right? How much money you make today, man? Especially if you a hustler, it gives you like a chart of it. It's really cool. All right. I made that for myself, but y'all can have it free. It's a Notion template habit tracker. All right. And so to wrap things up, if you're already fat, first put a picture of yourself with your shirt off on ChatGPT, right? See where your body fat percentage is, right? If your body fat percentage is, let's call it 10, maybe 12, but I think 10 is more better. If it's 10% or lower, then first you need to bulk them abs. We're going to do heavy ab exercises, lower repetitions, right? In the 6 to 12 range, go into failure. Cable crunch, leg lifts are probably the best ones. You could probably throw some dragon flags in it, something like that, right? And you're going to be in a caloric surplus, right? So you're actually going to be bulking. You want to get at least 500 calories extra per day, right? And 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, right? Because we need to make those abs stick. If you are fat, then the first thing we need to do is cut first. You got to cut, And the beauty of it is, if you cut, you may not have a six pack that looks like mine, all fucking 3D, right? They're like, I got a little fist pumping out my stomach, right? But you'll get the fucking V cut, right? And you'll have like at least lines in your abs, and you'll be more attractive if you're not fat. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. I don't think I'll get much flack for that, You'll be more attractive if you're not a fat fuck, right? So the first, and to do that, we want to make sure we're in. I say you get aggressive. You go into ChatGPT, say how much body to put in your stats. Tell them how much figure out how much fat you need to lose, and then remember it. Every pound of fat you want to burn, 3,500 calories extra. You have to burn every pound of fat you want to lose. You have to burn 3,500 calories. Now that was just math. Get ourselves a fitness tracker. Start tracking how many calories we burn each day, and then we want to start tracking how many calories we consume each day with MyFitnessPal. One more thing: fitness trackers aren't 100% accurate, but they want to keep it in a range. Nothing's 100% accurate, right? Remember, food FDA labels aren't 100% accurate. We already covered this, right? So if I were you, I would overshoot it. Don't try to just be 500 calories. Like, I would overshoot it. I would try to go over if I'm trying to cut, right? So you want at least 1,000 calorie deficit. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't lose 2 pounds of fat the first week, then you want to calibrate it to whatever fitness tracker you're using. So if it's undershooting or overshooting your calories, you'll be able to kind of figure where you're at, right? If you're not losing fat, if you're not losing 2 pounds of fat, but you should, based off the numbers, then your fitness tracker is overshooting how many calories you're burning that day, and you will make an adjustment. So maybe on paper you might need to be 2,000 in a 2,000 calorie deficit, but if the scale ain't moving, that's not real. So but use it as a barometer. Does that make sense? Some of y'all are too stupid to understand what I just said. I know it's fucked up. The average American's IQ is only 100, and a lot of y'all to the left of that bell curve. Yeah. The dumbest among you didn't get it. I'm sorry, dummy. You gotta speak slower for the dummies. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers with the tism and shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hey, let's say you're already in fantastic shape and you want to learn how to get some fucking money. Well, I got rich. I made my first million as an online trainer, right? And I built a multi-7-figure business from online training. Now I teach other people how to how to grow their online fitness businesses via online training. I've helped over 15,000 people build successful full-time online training businesses. If you want to learn more about that, go ahead and I got a free ebook for you. It's free. It's called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. It'll show you exactly how to grow your online fitness business, right? And show you everything you need to, and give you more information about it, right? But for real, this business is not a get rich quick scheme. You're gonna have to work really hard. And you may read the book and be like, oh shit, man, I like making money, but I ain't want to work hard. And it would be cool. It would be smart for you to have figured that out before you started the business, right? Or you may read it and be like, oh yeah, this sounds like a viable option for me. I love fitness. I love helping people accomplish their goals, and I don't mind working hard to accomplish my goals, especially if I'm helping other people accomplish their goals simultaneously. It sounds like a win-win. Maybe that's you, right? This book will put you on the right path. It's 100% free. Link is in the description. Go download it right now. All right. Any more super chats? All right, listen, guys, I got to get up out of here. I got to urinate so bad. So bad. All right. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday. But you know what? I didn't pee on myself because I'm an adult. Right? Babies pee on themselves. I did this shit. Yo, listen. Sometimes you gotta be proud of yourself for all the accomplishments. Today, I didn't pee on myself during the podcast. I think that deserves something. I think it's something. You gotta celebrate yourself. King, listen, King, if you don't celebrate yourself, who will? Who will? Who will, King? All right, listen. We do this every Tuesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll let y'all.